I like your Volkswagen hoodie.
Thank you.
Very
It's
nice.
new. I
Very
just got it. I got it from work. It's Champion.
That's
Remember
official.
when Champion wasn't
Yeah, now it's cool. Yeah.
shit? Yeah, you could go to Target and buy Champion shirts for like $1, and now it's cool.
You know,
I didn't know that before I bought this. I was just like, I want that hoodie. So
I
it was
think
like
I've
30
only
bucks.
owned one Champion thing, and it was my Dennis Rodman Bulls jersey.
Well, he was a champion.
He was, man.
We are anime.
You know, he got booted out of North Korea. You know why he wasn't the ambassador of the U.S. to North Korea anymore? Is because Kim Jong-un invited him over, and they got fucking annihilated.
Yeah?
And Dennis Rodman went back to his hotel room and fucking trashed it. I'm not sure if he vomited all over the place, if he shitted all over the place.
You shitted.
Don't shit it all over it.
Shitted all over it. But I'm not really sure if what he did wrong, but he fucking trashed it so bad that Kim Jong-un felt embarrassed to be his friend and sent him back home.
That's sad. At least he
Yeah.
didn't like execute him in South Korea or something.
North.
You know. I know, but I'm saying at least he wasn't like, hey, just go over to South Korea real quick. All right, bang.
Just bang. It's on their heads. It's on them. They did it. It's on their
Yep.
territory.
Wait, does he run all of Korea?
Fuck no. He
Just
only
North
runs-
Korea?
just North.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Shows you what I know about the world.
That's why if you go on YouTube and look up anything that's Korean cooking, it's always South Korean.
Yeah.
That's where Seoul is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You'll
Yeah.
never see
Gotcha.
anything North Korean.
Pyongyang.
Mm.
Like, I don't even think you can get on like YouTube and shit in
No.
North Korea.
Pyongyang.
Really?
Yeah.
Pyongyang is
Same
the
with
only
China.
place in North Korea with internet service, and they've got like great libraries, and it's all not monetized.
No, it's all like
Monitored.
monitored.
monitored, and it's like the propaganda books that are just about how great the leader is, and
Yeah,
it's not about facts and learning.
TV's the same way. TV's the same way. You get news that's all controlled, and then it's just what's the word?
I know what you're thinking. I can't
Propaganda?
Propaganda. It's all
Yeah.
propaganda for Kim Jong Un.
Yeah.
Okay.
what it is.
Okay.
And his sister controls the media. So like when something goes out, she has to approve it. So it's all like stories about Kim Jong Un and like how great he is and what he did that day, but like really it's like just bullshit, and he's
Yeah.
really like testing nuclear weapons the entire time.
Right, right.
And they're stuck at it. You know, the Korean War happened, right? You know, between North Korea, South Korea, Russia, and China jumped on North Korea's side, and we jumped on South Korea's side. Well, North Korea is such a shithole that Russia got tired of supporting them, China got tired of supporting them, and kind of like left the country. But America kept fighting, and you know, eventually got South Korea to the point of where it is. Forgot where I was going with that. This week's fucking ridiculous. I'm stoned off of one fucking hit. That's fucking stupid.
It's turning you Korean.
Yeah.
It is.
So basically, when the North Korean War happened, Kim Jong Un, Kim Jong Il, Kim Jong Un's
That's
father.
the dad.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
because
was gonna say.
there's three Kims. It's Kim Jong Un, Kim Jong Il, and Kim Jong Seoul or something like that. I don't know. But Kim Jong Il, he never let that go. He never let that feeling of North America fighting, North Korea. He never let that go. So there's propaganda all over Pyongyang and all over North Korea that like shows how bad America is. When that guy from America went over to North Korea on a visa or something, not a visa, he was there for like his college graduation party. I don't know why in the fuck you'd go to North Korea for that, but he basically was kidnapped by North Korea and held hostage for stealing propaganda off of the wall. And they
Really?
don't even know if he stole it because the video that they took, the video of the hallway, it was all blurry. It was all blurry. So like you couldn't tell if it was him or not. And then they basically forced him to admit guilt after torturing him for ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. They had a mock trial. He pleaded guilt and then was sent away to basically a concentration camp, and then was worked into the point of being in a coma. They rushed a doctor from North America to North Korea to get him back and bring him back to America. By the time he came back to America, he was dead.
That's
that was
fucked.
a college student, man. College student, just for stealing something off the wall.
Yeah, I know they go to the utmost extreme there for the most menial of crimes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the full extent of it. I think I do now.
Of North Korea?
I think I do now.
And how crazy they are? Dude,
Yeah.
I could sit here and spend hours talking about North Korea and how fucked they are. The worst thing they did was probably Kim Jong-un's father basically wasn't able to produce food, and he was too proud of a person to accept help from, there's some kind of America group that does UNICEF, something like that. Basically, there's a worldwide food budget, basically, and they were too proud to accept any kind of help, so his people died by the millions due to fucking starving to death. Millions of people dying in the street, and he did nothing about it because he couldn't do anything about it because they couldn't produce any kind of food. Most of North Korea is built on a mountain. You can't plant shit in a mountain, dude. When you go there, they have a stage.
Oh, I'm not going there.
Oh, no. I'll never go there. I'll never, ever, never, ever. With all the information I have, I'll never go there. They basically have a fake tour guide that shows you around Pyongyang and all of like the highlights of North Korea. But like it's so set back in the 1950s, it's not even funny, man. One of their big highlights is an amusement park, kind of like a fair almost. But everything's so fucking rusted because they can't take care of it that it's like a screaming death trap. But they populate it with people so that when, like no one from America can go there, but like somebody from Canada, if they go there to go visit, they will see what they want you to see. And when you leave, you're not allowed to videotape anything. You're not allowed to photograph anything. You're not allowed to take anything. You have to live by their customs. What? Oh, Riley looked at you. I didn't know if anything was going on.
I just looked over at him.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do any of this stuff. And when you leave, they check you. They check you, dude. They pat you down. They check everything you have just to make sure that what you're bringing out is what they want out. It is a scary fucking place.
The fruit is fake.
The fruit is fake.
The fruit
is fake. If you ever watch the interview, they have a scene where it shows who's that actor? Green Goblin.
James Franco.
James Franco.
That's
James Franco. He goes to a store and he sees a fat kid in front of a convenience store. And you see this fat kid, and you're like, "Oh, they're not starving. They're well fed."
There's like a bunch of like stalls of like lettuce and oranges and apples. And
Yeah,
it's like a
yeah.
stocked market.
So then he leaves the conversation he has with Kim Jong-un and his like high-ranking generals, and he sees the fucking fake fruit and the fake grocery store. It's like a wallpaper, basically.
It's just a front. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a wallpaper, and they have like the front end of shelves cut off with fake fruit on them.
He
Oh
starts
my god!
freaking out. The fruit's fake.
Yeah, he grabs it and like crushes it. It's like drywall almost.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! I actually never watched that movie.
Oh, dude, it started so much shit in the fucking in the United States.
Yeah,
whenever
didn't they have to like basically remake the whole movie at a certain point?
No, they banned it from all theaters, and then AMC was like, "Dude, fuck you guys, we're gonna play it."
That was it. Yeah, that was it. Okay, because I remember there being a lot of controversy around the time it came out. They're like, "We're gonna get fucking nuked."
Yeah, because
if
he was
like,
threatening everybody
yeah,
around that time.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we're making fun of a world leader here. Like this isn't cool. And yeah, basically, like what you said, it got banned, and then it came back, and AMC was like, "Fuck you," and now
We're
it's,
gonna play this movie anyways. Fuck everybody.
Yeah, I think I've seen like the first 30 minutes of it. The last scene I remember from it was like them singing fireworks when they're in the fucking tank. Yeah.
So I don't know if you know this, but their fearless leader, their God Supreme or whatever the hell he is, he doesn't poop. He doesn't sleep. He sleeps, I think, like 4 hours or 2 hours a day or some shit like that.
Something stupid.
He was born on top of a mountaintop, even though that's been fucking disproven and shit. And like, he's got murals of him riding a horse anywhere you see him. If it's like a very like statuesque like moment for the press, they're gonna show him riding this white horse into town, even though he's like a 500-pound man. He's huge. He's this big Asian dude with this goofy fucking haircut. Looks like Donald Trump's Asian like twin brother.
Remember that time Donald Trump fucking met with Kim Jong-un?
Yeah, and he pissed him off.
Yeah,
Like,
he did.
yeah, so they had 3 meetings together. And the first meeting was them being like buddy and like Kim showing him like, you know, whatever. Like they went to dinner together. The second meeting was them having a dinner and Kim bringing up the possibility of North Korea renuclearizing. I think that's a word. I don't know, but basically bringing nukes back into the country so that they can retest them, you know, in the waters of Japan. And Donald Trump said no, and that pissed him off. So then he left, and then they had a giant like photographic like moment where Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un met at the border of North Korea and South Korea, the demilitarized zone. That's what it's called. And basically, Donald Trump took a step into North Korea, shook Kim Jong-un's hand, took some photos, and then left.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was. The biggest fuck you. I don't know. He's got little man syndrome.
So I've heard.
Sorry for going into the rabbit hole of North Korea.
It's okay. If I want to ever know anything about a country or a continent, I just come to you.
I was just gonna say, how do you? I get it. How do you plan on being the best fearless leader if you don't know about all the other?
Dude, you have to learn
Yeah,
about
that's
him.
right.
You have to learn
That's
about
right.
him. I know I can tell you stories about Putin. I can tell you stories about Kim Jong-un.
Tyler, give me something funny to say to a icebreaker.
On a scale of 1 to America, how free are you tonight?
But if she says America, I'm not free.
Is she still free?
Oh, okay. Okay, sure. Whatever you say, I shouldn't question it. I asked you because I don't fucking know.
I don't know either, dude. I've been out of the game for like 4 fucking years, man. I don't know anything. I just have playthings that keep my game skills sharp.
Yeah, don't ask me. I've been out of the game for going on 8 years now.
I just
So-
fuck around just so I can be at the top of my game.
I'm about as smooth with women as a piece of fucking sandpaper.
God, that's rough.
Like it's yeah.
So,
it's
like-
terrible.
How about them Knicks? Oh, I don't watch sports. Yeah, neither do I. I don't know why I brought that up.
Who are you rooting for in the Super Bowl year? I don't know. They haven't decided on teams yet. Yeah.
Dude, I watched I was over Levi's earlier with Dylan, and like he had the game on. I watched like 5 plays, and like the 49ers already were getting fucking waxed, dude.
I'm actually like starting to learn a little bit about football because of my coworker is so fucking into it, and he talks about it sometimes, and he's trying to get me to go to a Purdue game with him, and I'm like, I'll go.
Yeah.
I mean,
A Purdue game would be kind of fun, like a Boilermaker game.
yeah.
I've seen him. I've seen him play.
Some of the
Yeah.
college ones get pretty rowdy.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
college ball,
yeah.
college ball is definitely like something you should watch because they're not like
They're not paid either.
they're not top of the line, top tier fucking players. Like those are the players that get picked to go into the majors. But like when you watch a sport, watch college. Always watch college because if it goes out into the field, it's not a home run. It's not an automatic out. Like that, you have 2 possible choices in baseball. It's either gonna be the fuck out, or it's
Talk about football.
I know, but I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
you're
as
getting
in
way
a
off
college,
topic.
as in a college, like college level, like I'm just doing an example.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As like a college team, like major league compared to college team. That's what I'm saying. So major league, when it goes I see. I watch baseball. I'll watch baseball. I don't know shit about football, so I can. This is the only way I can.
So you,
All right, this is the only way you can relate.
Yeah.
okay, that makes
All
sense.
right.
Like, why would you talk about a different sport? We're already talking about one.
No,
All right,
so
all right.
this is the only way I can relate because this is like I grew up playing baseball. This is just this is what I know. So in the majors, if it goes up, it's either going out or it's going out of the stadium. Like you have two options. And in college, if it goes out into the outfield, you have a chance to make a double, a triple, fucking at least on base, dude. It like when you watch, for me, when I watch like major league sports, it's just, I don't know, repetition. Up, out, next, up, out, next, up, out, next. All right, now we switch. And I just don't get any fill out of it.
No,
man.
my thing was NFL and like professional sports. It's more of like entertainment. People
That's what
in
it
college,
seems,
people in college
yeah.
actually give a shit and are trying their hardest.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah,
because
but
they have a
like-
life in it, like
Right.
a goal. To
Yeah, I know there's die-hard college division league fans of certain teams and shit like that. Like my drummer's a huge Michigan State fan.
I don't get it.
He like, and I know other die-hard Michigan State fans, but I also know like die-hard Major League sports fans. The shit just does not resonate with me because I did not grow up in a sports household.
No.
I could give a fuck less about sports. I have always wanted to go to a professional league sports game, like whether it's MLB game, NHL game, or NFL game, even a fucking NBA game. Like I would love to see it in person.
Basketball is
like
like
it'd be
my
cool.
least favorite sport. I'm just, next to golf. Like, I feel like it's golf than basketball.
I'd even go to a NASCAR fucking race.
NASCAR's
honestly.
fun. I've been to a NASCAR and a football
Show
game.
me your butthole.
Oh,
Show
really
me
though,
your
yeah. If it involves beer and things going fast, I'm there.
Yeah,
All right?
the NASCARs they don't. Yeah, it's just about being there. It's not about the cars necessarily.
I've heard like the G-force from just the cars coming around the track.
Oh, it's
from where
intense.
you at. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking insane.
Yeah, it's intense.
Because they're going like 200 miles an hour past.
Yeah, I
you.
used
going
to.
fast
I used to
at-
go to the
fast
Formula
at
One
that.
ones when I was a kid. You can feel it when they go by. It's
yeah,
crazy.
they go up to like 250, dude. They go fast.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And when it blows by, dude, you have to have earbuds.
I'm saying
in.
they're loud as fuck.
You have to have earbuds in. It's so fucking like deafening. Like we went to a pre-qualifier and then we went to the race the next day. The pre-qualifier, it was just one car and 3 cars. It was 3 cars and it was loud enough that I was like, all right, I couldn't imagine a whole fucking group of these fuckers. The next day I showed up with earmuffs on and I was fine, but like it was intense. The whole vibration of the whole thing is fucking like exhilarating. You know that scene in Talladega Nights where the wife is sitting up there getting off to like
Oh yeah, yeah,
feel the motor
Yeah,
running
yeah.
down my leg.
yeah.
Yeah, so like
It's
that
literally-
actually fucking happens, man.
Okay,
That's
okay.
intense.
I'll go with you to some NASCAR, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, even
I'm even wearing a NASCAR shirt,
Yeah,
bro.
you are. Yeah,
Who's
look at you.
Who's your favorite squirrel?
Bush.
There you go.
Fuck Kyle Busch.
I haven't watched it in a long time. I used to be really about it with my dad. He used to watch a lot of it.
Yeah.
And by watch, I mean he would put it on, fall asleep.
Fall
after-
asleep in the recliner.
Yeah.
Yeah, wake up when like the last fucking 20 laps are happening.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. It's the only way to watch it if you're not fucking there.
I was gonna say I know he used to have all those fucking NASCAR model cars in his.
Oh, he had a
study.
shitload, man.
Yeah, he had
a
like
shitload.
fucking 50 of them.
I didn't get it. I never got it.
I'm just like he doesn't seem like a NASCAR guy. Or
Dale
anything.
Earnhardt. No, it wasn't Dale Earnhardt Jr. It was
The OG Dale.
no. He had a couple of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s, Kyle Busch. Fuck Kyle Busch.
Jeff Gordon.
A couple Jeff Gordons. The guy from Napa. Why can't I think of his fucking name right now? And
No idea.
I remember there was a yellow.
Dale Jarrett, the UPS fucking driver.
I remember there was a yellow M&M car. I
that
don't
was
know.
Yeah, I know that one.
that was Kyle. That was Kyle. Oh, Raider. No, that's superheroes. Come on, Tyler. Come on. I don't know.
Tyler Campbell.
No, yeah,
That's who it was.
Yeah, it was.
Kyle Campbell. Isn't that-
I don't know any of the racers now. I couldn't tell you a single.
Don't
fucking
either.
one.
It's okay with me. Just like I don't know any of the major league sports player. I could tell you who LeBron James is. I can tell you who fucking Kobe Bryant is.
What a fucking life you'd have to live to be able to just be recognized by people that don't even watch your sport.
Yeah,
It's goals.
and I'm just completely ignorant to them. But that's the point I was trying to make. Is I would love to go to a professional sports league game, not knowing shit about it. I'm trying to learn a little bit more about football. Like I've been talking to this guy at work, and I'm just like, so, like, what's 1st and 10 mean as far as downs go, or like, what's this, or like, you know. And he's just been like explaining it to me, and then I just kind of stare at him, and I'm like, I still don't fucking know what you just said, but
So 1st and 10 is the first play of the sequence. 10 yards is to get to the first goal line, and then that just keeps going. If you get pushed back, then it's 2 and 20. If you get pushed back even farther, it's 3 and 25. You know, it just the yards of how far you have to go to get a new sequence of moves.
If we didn't have so many listeners over the pond, I would have told you to shut the fuck up. But I know people over there don't know what football is either. But most people in America know football. Riley's just the
I was
exception.
gonna say they don't know what our football is.
Yeah.
We have to
Definitely a
say
different kind of
soccer.
football.
I'm sorry, the soccer. It's soccer over here, right? Well,
Why don't you give us an email? I've met a misfortune at gmail.com.
are we starting the episode?
Tell us all of your football.
Are we starting the episode? Is this how we're starting it?
I mean, we can.
I don't give a fuck.
I feel like with all the sports and Korea talk aside, it's time we start the episode.
Okay, well, let's go.
That's perfectly
Well, I was gonna
fine
say,
with me.
I was say instead of talking about a bunch of shit we only know a little bit about, let's all talk about something we know
That's
a
fine.
good amount about.
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
Let's go.
that's right. Let's go. I am your humble host, Riley Wallen, and we are bringing you another episode of it. And now I mention everything. I said some things out of order just now. With me, I have some gentlemen with me.
He's not even the stoned one.
I'm going to do that again. Okay.
Stop
Do it
interrupting.
again.
Fine. I'm
What, did I
sorry.
like that?
No, I fucking hated the sports talk because I know nothing about it.
I don't know. You sound like you know a lot
Yeah, you
about it.
Well, no, I just.
You're like, I
just-
don't know shit about football, and I'm like, I don't know what 1st and 10 is. You're like,
All
oh,
right,
so
look,
it's
listen.
actually.
That part's super fucking easy.
You get 10 tries to count to 1.
You get 4 tries to count to 10. That's what it is.
Say it's 4 downs, right?
Yeah, it's 4 downs.
Okay, I got that much.
And when you score a goal, it's called a home run.
The red zone is when the cheerleader's flip in the air and her panties comes off.
There
Oh,
we
I know
go.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's called halftime, bro.
Yeah,
Love it.
and that's when Nickelback or 50 Cent or like some other 2000s band or pop artist comes out.
No,
and-
it's 90% of the time it's Maroon 5.
yeah.
And then the
Maroon 5.
mascots get into like a cage match. Yeah. I mean, this is all pretty basic stuff if you're not European.
I know about football.
opening. That's an opening.
I mean,
That's it. That's the one.
That's solid. That was solid.
solid.
Hard as a rock. It's solid. And with all the sports talk and North Korea trying to get their missiles back aside, we were here to introduce you to another episode of And Now I Mention Everything. I am your humble host, Riley Wallen. With me, I have some other spectacular gentlemen that go by the names of...
Fearless leader, Tyler Campbell.
And it's your boy Mason.
Today, we bring you something that we've wanted to talk about for a while, or I, rather, have been wanting to talk about for a while. I've mentioned it a million fucking times in our previous episodes.
So longtime listeners will be able to verify that.
It just took me
yes.
so long to get on board, but he's right.
Yeah, I had to force Tyler's hand on this one. Week by week by week. I asked him, did you watch the fucking episode? Did you watch the new episode? He's like, no, I'm waiting until it's over. I'm like, it's far from fucking over.
Yeah. Every time you usually try to force us into either watching or reading something, it's usually out of love.
I do it disgruntledly, and then I eventually
He's
come
right. That's why
around.
we don't want to admit he's
Yeah.
right about it.
You know, Riley told me about this anime, and I have to sit down and I put it on, and I've got Stephanie yelling at me in the background. I already told you about this one. You just didn't listen to me.
You're like, it's okay. My best friend told me about it
Exactly. And then Riley tells me about it, then I'm just like disgruntled, and I'm like, I'm not gonna watch this forever. And then I
Out of
put
spite.
it on one night. Yeah. Then I put it on one night, and then I watch it, and I'm like, all right, he's not wrong.
first. When have I been wrong about good animes?
Never so far.
Never so far. I've got a good track record
You
going.
do,
I
yeah.
do. Okay. I try to hype things up, and I, like you said, I do it with love. I do it with, the want of talking about it with other people besides fucking one other person or just obsessing over it myself. So to get right into it, the particular anime we're talking about today and manga series that is still ongoing is
Chainsaw Man.
Vegeta took a fall for that one.
Yeah.
Vegeta just fell.
Yeah, shut
It's
up.
Chainsaw Man.
You know what? Just stay down there, bitch.
I fucking hate him. He's like my least favorite.
Worst figure ever.
Dude, he doesn't stand up on his own. It pisses me off.
When does he in the show?
That's right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Even early on, I'm just like, Vegeta's a fucking pussy. I'm finally, not to get too off topic, I'm finally watching Dragon Ball Z episodically. I'm trying to digest all of that. It's taken me months.
We rubbed off on
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, see,
rubbed off
as
on
I have rubbed off on them to watch Chainsaw Man after years of abuse verbally, I am now watching Dragon Ball Z. I want to be up to par with my knowledge with our fellow hosts here.
So as you're watching it, just keep in the back of your mind the greatest character development in Dragon Ball Z is Vegeta's neck. You know what I'm talking about.
Starts with the pencil.
Yeah.
I was thinking his
goes
hairline.
into an eraser.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I've seen his hairline too. I've noticed in the beginning it's more pointy. Vegeta do be having a big forehead though.
So I think the thing that caught me most intrigued about this anime was the name itself. It's the name. Like, honestly.
Yeah, no, because what is it? People are like, they see a picture of it and they're like, "What's that called? I've seen that before. What is that called?" Chainsaw Man. They're like, "Yeah, no, I know. It's the Chainsaw Man, but like, what's it called?"
Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man.
It is something
Oh.
that like definitely draws me to the anime. Whenever you brought it up, I was like, you know, that does sound pretty fucking good. Like a protagonist with just chainsaws just all over.
Quite literally all over. And the way I got introduced to it was a fellow friend of mine. She was reading the manga like years before the show even got announced. And we worked together and she'd be like, I'm reading this manga called Chainsaw Man. And I'm like, well, that sounds fucking cool. What's it about? It's a man with a chainsaw for a head and arms. I'm like, what?
Thanks.
Good
I'm
explanation.
like, that sounds fucking awesome. And I kind of put it off and I put it off. And then I started reading the manga and I'm like, all right, this is pretty cool. I like what's going on here. And then I put it on the shelf for a while. I didn't really come back to it. And then the show got announced. So I got excited. Well, the show finally came out last year in October. I watched a few episodes. I liked what I saw. And then I said, fuck it, I'm going to go back and read the manga. I read literally within a week, I want to say like 90 chapters. Like I was just captivated. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. It checks all the boxes. It's brutal. It's violent. It's dramatic. It's just fucking amazing. And not to mention the fact that it's made by Mappa Studios, who is just like the progenitor of good anime shows right now. I just couldn't be more excited about it. I want more of the show. I want to spoil things for people so bad that I've only watched the show. I keep pushing the manga onto these guys so fucking hardcore, but they're just not breaking. It's okay. It's okay. That's fine.
I'm illiterate. I don't know if you know this, but reading is hard. Reading is hard.
Well, if you're dyslexic, wouldn't it be easier because it's right to left now?
You know
Yeah,
what?
exactly. Exactly.
Just don't. Just don't.
But it's developed a huge fan base in such a short amount of time. Like I get on Instagram and I see people getting tattoos of things from the show. Like
Yeah.
I kind of predicted this too. I'm like, they're gonna release 2 episodes of the show, and then like I'm gonna pull out Instagram one day and I'm gonna see fucking people.
It's gonna be
with
like
all
Demon
these-
Slayer, yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna
it's
blow the fuck up.
People have been going nuts over this anime.
just gonna pop the fuck off. And yeah, like lo and behold, people are just getting tattoos and stuff. And,
I will say
fall in love
the
with
pull
character.
from the chest tattoo one's pretty cool. The
I
little
really
post stream.
like
I think
that.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. There's just so many good things I love about the show. Mainly just how dark and brutal it gets. Like it's very visceral. It's very violent. There's a lot of gore. Just a lot of fucking gore, and I'm there for it.
It starts off as one of those animes that definitely pulls your heartstrings. I mean, the very first episode you watch and you see this tattered boy covered. He's covered in dirty clothes. He's got an eye patch. He's talking about the things he's already given up just to keep living. And it honestly has like this Naruto, I don't have a family type of vibe, because he doesn't. He lives in a shack.
literally a shack
Yeah.
with his companion, who is a dog with a chainsaw on its face. Puchita.
Demon, right?
Yeah.
Technically.
Technically,
Yeah.
yes. A devil.
Devil, sorry. That's
Yeah,
a
a
devil.
devil. Yeah, it's Denji and Puchita, and literally Denji's life was his dad worked for the mafia. His dad got killed by the mafia, and literally his life is to repay his dad's debt
Yep.
with the mafia, which is like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It's impossible.
Yeah, it's literally impossible. So they basically just use him to kill off devils that are in the area or like go on missions and do stuff like that. And this guy is literally like surviving on like slices of bread between him and his dog.
Soggy, mildewy bread.
They dig through dumpsters, yeah.
Yeah, and stuff like that. It's just really fucking sad. And within like the first 2 episodes, he fucking dies. He gets fucking murdered. He gets mutilated.
In the most brutal fucking way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just gets
Pretty epically,
massacred.
Yeah.
And then Puchita bonds with him and becomes his heart, and thus spawns the chainsaw.
The
Man.
chainsaw man.
So in this world, devils are basically as strong as what people fear them as. So like in real life, let's say there's the gun devil, which is the main antagonist.
Everybody's afraid of guns.
Everybody's afraid of guns. And Tatsuki Fujimoto actually did that as a spite against America because of how bad the gun violence is here in our country.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fucking insane. Like, as you watch the show, they hype the gun devil up so much, and literally like the main premise of the first season and the first whole entire arc of the show revolves around the gun devil and finding pieces of him to track him down. And I can't, unless we want to make this a spoiler episode.
We're not going to make this a spoiler episode.
Okay.
You can describe how big
I was,
he is.
I was
the
going to
jump-
say, I would go up until maybe where we're at with the anime.
Yeah,
I
that's
wouldn't
fine.
go farther than
Okay.
the,
That's
in
fine.
the
It's going to be
manga,
hard
though.
for me, but
That's
that's
fine.
I can put spoilers in the little word box that no one reads.
Okay. And yeah, basically, the whole premise of the first season of the show is finding the gun devil. Like every episode you see, aside from the drama or like the friendships that, get made between Denji and his companions, which we'll talk about, here soon. Their whole objective is to find pieces of the gun devil to get closer to him and destroy him. The gun devil is literally the most feared entity in this whole universe at this point in time. He literally, at the snap of a fucking finger, wipes out millions of fucking people. And literally, there's all the characters in the show are so affected by it. Like it was almost like a nuke went off and wiped out millions of fucking people. And like all the characters that are introduced in the show, like have trauma from that. And that's what made them as a character. So to kind of follow up with the progression of the show itself, it's Denji's introduced. You see a day in his life. He dies. He bonds with Puchita. He slays a bunch of fucking zombie devil fucks, and then he soon gets reunited with the Devil Task Force, which introduces characters such as we've got Makima, the head of the Devil Task Force, Aki, and then we also have Himeno.
And then power, right?
Power comes eventually.
Okay.
Those are the 3 that just roll up on him.
Okay. That's the first 3.
Makima
Okay.
finds Denji at the aftermath of the slaying, and then basically was just like, hey.
Well, because they were there to do what he did, right? Weren't they
Yeah.
going there to...
They were going
Yeah,
there to
yeah.
slay the zombie devil.
Makima and Aki were there. They were showing up to basically, what Tyler said, slay the zombie devil. And then they show up. Makima's just like, hey, why don't you come with me? You're fucking powerful as shit. Well, just come on. Come with me. Come on.
And on top of that, I know you're a virgin.
Yeah.
I know you're a virgin. I know you're hungry. You're wearing shitty fucking
literally.
smelling clothes. You don't know when the last time you took a shower. We've got all of that. Check your boxes. Come with us.
So literally, they're just like, come with us. You want 3 square meals a day? You want nice clothes? All you gotta do is kill devils for us.
We're gonna
Or I
treat
can
you.
kill you.
Or we're
I
gonna-
mean,
Or we're gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Honestly, we could fucking kill you right now because you are in fact a devil. You're not a human. You're a fucking devil. So we could just kill you. So Denji's like, all right, yeah, sounds good.
He said it sounds amazing.
Yeah, it sounds fucking
He's hype.
amazing.
So I think one of my favorite things about this anime, before we get too invested into it, is the fact that there's no crazy power level chart that we've got to understand, kind of like Hunter x Hunter
Or like One Punch Man.
or One Punch Man, where we have to understand the statistics of how strong they are. Like, yeah, if you see like the Ghost Devil, you're going to understand that it's going to be big because people are fucking afraid of ghosts. If you see like the Lettuce Demon, you're going to understand that no one's going to be fucking terrified of him. Actually, one of the first demons that Denji fights is a Tomato Devil. And he is little. And Denji, before his powers, is able to take him out with, you know, a snip of Punchita's fucking chainsaw, dude.
Yep. Yeah. That's his main weapon before he even like gets bonded with him. It's just Pochita
He
himself.
just uses him.
yeah, just
as
uses
a
him as a
chainsaw.
chainsaw. Yeah.
Just, you know, fuck it.
Yeah, just fucking revs him up and goes to town.
But no, I mean, I will say to cap off what you were saying, like they do a good job. It seems like to you know, each of the different characters, they have their good powers, but they also have like weaknesses that make sense and ways to defeat them. They're not. No one's like, besides the Gun Devil, no one's godly powerful. Or like if Denji fights someone and kills someone that's super strong, there's a reason why. It's not just like plot armor. He pulled the shit out of his ass.
Yeah.
Like they
yeah.
justify it somehow.
Right.
so-
I agree.
Who's Denji's friend?
Aki,
Sword guy?
Top Nut.
Yep.
That's Aki.
Haki?
AKI. Aki.
Aki?
Yeah, they're
This
not
guy.
really friends either.
Yeah. Well, they're like, they work together.
Yeah.
I consider anybody I work with
I mean,
friends.
does he have any friends yet?
Yeah, he's pretty fucking antisocial. He's there for himself.
I mean, kind of.
So Aki, his ability is that he's got a cursed sword, right?
Yeah.
Which he doesn't use in the beginning.
He's got a cursed
Yeah.
sword. He's got the ability to tell the future now.
That comes later.
That's later. The only
Yeah,
thing he
but-
really does at the beginning is he uses the wolf demon,
Okay.
Yeah,
the wolf demon.
he has
the wolf devil.
he sacrificed part of himself to the wolf devil, and that kind of goes a little bit deeper into the show itself. Is that, like, humans that have contracts with devils, they literally give up a part of themselves to have that contract.
Mhm.
They're not, and the fucked up thing is they're not in full control of them either. Like, they're basically in as
They
much
have-
control as they can give.
They have to agree to what the devil requests. Like,
Yeah, they have terms to meet.
Aki says, I need a stronger ability so I can keep up with the devils that I work with. What can I do? And he says, give me your what?
Your eye.
Your eye?
Yeah.
It's your eye. Like, he loses his eye. He loses half of his lifespan.
Well, he doesn't lose his eye. The devil just
He
lives
lives in it.
inside of it.
lives in it.
Yeah, that's the future devil. That comes later.
I
on
say
in
that's
the show.
yeah, that's later.
Yeah, yeah. That. Never mind. I'm not even gonna say.
Manga boy, shut up.
Yeah. And also with the curse sword that you mentioned, literally, I believe with that, or it might even be with the wolf devil, he actually gives up years of his life to use that sword.
The
That's
cursed
how
sword.
that works. Yeah, he gives up
Mhm.
like his lifespan to use that ability, which is really fucking powerful, but it comes at a great cost.
So then next we have power.
Yes.
Let's talk about power.
Second waifu. in
7.6.1.
Yeah.
6.1. Is that a tally on her? Like, what is it?
Do you know what that is, Riley?
You might have to elaborate a little bit.
That's what she had on her sweater.
That's how much you love her?
No, that's what she had on her sweater when Denji got to touch her boob.
Oh, yeah.
Guys are uncultured swine.
I'm
Sorry,
trying,
I was
man.
paying more
I'm trying.
attention to the action and all that. I think I remember him saying something about that when that was happening. But yes, then we get power, and there's a few episodes about the introduction of power and Denji meeting her and everything.
Dude, I just love how she talks. I'm sorry, it's so
Yeah,
funny, dude.
She's very
It's
condescending,
hilarious.
very fuck you. She is the devil. She is the blood devil.
She runs on 100% fuck you energy.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
love it.
Yes.
When she talks like she's not that she's stupid, but it seems like she talks like she's a peasant or from a different time. How she I don't know, just how she speaks. No, okay, it's just me.
I don't know.
I
I'd
don't-
have to.
No, I don't think so. I think she's very like, I don't know.
You shall bow before me, you insolent
Yeah,
human, and then you
yeah.
shall write of tales of how I shall slay all of these devils. Yeah, no, she does, 100%.
Yeah, no,
I'm not going to argue. It's
I agree
okay,
with
though.
you. I agree with you. She's very self-serving
Yeah,
in that aspect.
she thinks she's smart.
So there's a few episodes where Denji comes to her aid to go rescue her cat. They go off into this area, and it's like some house out in the middle of nowhere. Denji kind of goes rogue after he signs up with the Devil Hunters, and turns out to be a trap. Well, Denji basically gets fucking plotted into fighting the Bat Devil. The Bat Devil was under the assumption that Power was just like, I'm going to bring you a sacrifice. And then you can get your cat back. Well, and the Bat Devil basically is just like, fuck you, I'm killing you both, and I'm killing the cat. So then Denji goes apeshit and kills the fucking Bat Devil. And then him and Power kind of become allies. And then Power kind of gets brought into the fold as far as the Devil Hunters go. So then the trio, at least starting out, becomes Aki, Denji, and Power.
Yeah.
But Aki can't fucking stand Denji or Power because they're both technically devils.
And he's not a fan.
Yeah, he's human with just, abilities.
Curses. I'll call him curses. Dude.
Curses, contracts with devils, Aki's a pretty bona fide badass character.
I really
honestly.
like him. Yeah.
And he himself has a really sad backstory. His backstory ties into the Gun Devil. His whole family, well, basically his brother and his family get massacred by the Gun Devil, and that's what makes him a devil hunter.
So my favorite part about Aki is the fact that he's not like One Punch Man's guy. I'm sorry, Genos. My bad. He's not like Genos. He's not like Vegeta. He's not like anybody from Bleach. He's not Sanji or Zoro. He is a bona fide badass that can stand on his fucking own, so that it's not just like, oh, hey, this character, the side character is going to put up a fight, and that's going to be your action, and then the main character is going to show up, and boom, guess what? Fight's over. He handles shit on his own, and that's so fucking cool.
Yeah, he knows what the fuck he's doing. He's a pretty seasoned devil hunter at this point when he gets introduced into the show. Like, he knows what the fuck's going on. He has no intentions of leaving Denji or Power alive. And then they eventually end up becoming his roommates, and it drives him fucking insane. But he just deals with it because his duties are to the Devil Hunter Association. That's what he has to do.
Can we talk about the episode where Denji and Power are training? I really want to talk about the episode where they were training. That episode has been burned into my fucking brain.
Well, then go for it.
Go
Talk away.
The episode where they try to plan the ambush.
Oh, yeah, that's a little bit farther along.
Playing super
but...
smart or
Yeah,
whatever.
plan super smart. They're in the process of training with a top-notch.
That's his
I think
name's
he's-
Kishibe.
He's the number one. He's the top.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite characters in the whole show. That guy is fucking savage.
I want to see more of him.
Yeah.
And he's so fucking OP, and he puts Denji and Power in their place just for an entire day. Like he makes them think that they're not going to train that day, and then continues to beat their asses.
Kills them.
Yeah, he literally kills them over
and over again.
Yeah.
Because devils have the ability to self-regenerate as long as they have blood.
Yeah.
So he brings a shitload of blood bags with him. He just kills them over and over again until they can land a punch on him. So the next day, he's like, hey guys, I'm here to get you guys for training. And he knocks on the door, and no one comes. And no one comes. And Power throws a fucking spear of blood through the fucking door, tries to kill him, and just all hell breaks loose with this trainer. He fucking puts Power and Denji in their place like nobody's business, and
In a
it's
matter of
fucking
seconds.
seconds, dude. Seconds. Sees through their plan, whoops their fucking ass. Loved it.
Yeah, my favorite part is when he's walking away. He's like, all right, you can have the day off.
And then he comes back.
And then he throws a knife at Denji and kills him. And he's like, don't ever believe what I have to say.
Yeah,
I hate
he's
you.
basically like
I hate
always
you.
be
That's
on
what
guard.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, it was just a test.
I hate everything about you. I'm going to put you through the ringer because I can, and I know you're coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He does not fuck around. Like there is a reason he is the #1 devil hunter. Like that guy is the opus magnum of devil hunters.
What is he like? I think when you first meet him, he's just like, "What? I only care about 3 things, and that's killing devils, getting drunk, and fucking women."
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Basically, yeah. And he's drunk like all the fucking time, but it never takes him off his guard. Like he knows what the fuck's going on.
So you want to get into the story of Fuji?
Yeah, get into it.
Tatsuko Fujiyama. God damn it.
Fujifilm.
So to get into a little bit more sophisticated version of all the things we're saying here, we have a short passage written by our story writer, Jack. Thank you so much, Jack.
Shout
You're
out.
awesome, and we love you.
We love you very much. This is just kind of a basic synopsis of Chainsaw Man, because we could sit here and ramble all day about things we love from the show, but we like to keep it a little bit illustrated. Upon first glance, Chainsaw Man appears to be a gore-filled, action-packed anime with dark undertones and intense characters. Watching the anime or reading the manga reveals that it supplies all of that with so much more. The characters feel relatable, the plot has depth, and the humor came out of left field.
God, is this anime fucking funny?
It is fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
This anime is so fucking funny.
So I will say, I don't know. Have you read this yet?
No.
Everything that we talked about is literally recited twice, pretty much.
Really?
Oh, shit.
So I think we should just read the top part.
Okay.
Because
That's fine.
honestly, if you read that second part, we're just literally going to be repeating ourselves with extra
That's
details.
fine. I'll just read the top part then.
I can put it. I think I might put it in the beginning.
Yeah. Sorry,
So-
Jack, and sorry, listeners. Written/illustrated manga by Tatsuki Fujimoto, cited The Chaser, 2008 South Korean action thriller, as inspiration for the artwork style of Chainsaw Man. Tatsuki Fujimoto learned art initially from attending oil painting classes that his grandparents attended. Other published work of note, Fire Punch, very dark, intense, filled with bloody horror, which I've heard a lot about and I want to get into at some point.
Didn't you? You said you're reading.
I
it, right?
am reading the fuck out of this anime or this manga right now. To add a little note to Fujimoto, he was poor. He didn't learn, like he didn't go to school. He is such a private man, dude. He has no the interviews he has, he wants to keep private because he's worried about his own safety. He's specifically brought that up in several interviews. He did not have a very wealthy family, so his only type of learning was the school of going to these art paintings, these oil art paintings with his grandmother. That's how he learned. So like he applies his art to the manga itself, and he's a very particular perfectionist, and he does not like the fact that shonen has the ability to like tell him like when the deadlines are, because he wants every panel to be fucking perfect.
Right.
Oh, yeah. No, I completely agree with that. That's awesome, actually. It adds a lot more depth to the fact that Denji is the main character. I feel like, he's almost basing Denji on himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In a certain way.
To go into Fire Fist, Fire Fist is a manga that I suggest everybody to fucking read. It is perfect. This is like, if Shonen didn't have a nut grab on this man, this is how Chainsaw Man would turn out manga style. I don't know. I've never seen Chainsaw Man in manga, so I can't like contest to like what Riley's seen on his pages and how beautiful it is.
Pretty good.
Yeah, dude, it's really fucking good. So basically, it is about a world of people with powers. They all have just individual powers. The main protagonist has the ability to regrow his limbs. He can never die. If he gets something cut off, it's like Cell. It just instantly shoots the fuck back. He's got, if you cut off an arm, he's getting it right back. A witch casted a spell upon the planet, causing a massive shortage, drought, ice age. I want to consider it. There are no plants. There's no food. Nothing's alive. So basically, they start cooking the main protagonist's arms to stay alive, dude.
Jesus
arms,
fuck.
legs, dude. It's so fucking brutal.
That's
it's
intense.
so gory. And then eventually, the main protagonist's city has been founded by another guy who has the ability of, if he lights you on fire, you stay on fire until you're fucking dead. That's his ability. That's his ability. So he comes to this village and he sees that these people are eating a small child to stay alive
What
over
the
and
fuck?
over and over again. So you know what he does? He ratifies the whole fucking thing and lights everybody on fucking fire, leaving the main character still alive. To basically, he spends the first like 5 years dealing with being on fire because he constantly regenerates. So he's constantly burning and dying and burning and dying and burning and dying. He says the first year he learned how to speak without screaming. The second year he learned how to walk while constantly being on fire. And he just, that's his life. He
So this
eventually-
motherfucker's like Endeavor. He's just like
Yes.
always on
He's
fire.
always
Just the Human
on
Torch.
fire.
Human Torch, yeah.
And he's always regrowing. He's always regrowing. So every time the entire time he's dying, he's being brought back. That's how intense this fucking anime is. And that's your main fucking character. And that's the first volume out of 9.
Nice.
I don't even want to talk about Chainsaw Man anymore. Like, at this point, that sounds fucking brutal. I've known about this manga for about a month and a half now, but I haven't really looked into it or anything. So that's great. I'm glad you brought that up.
Fujimoto has a mind that is so deep and so vast, and I love the universes he's created with this brain of
Sounds
his.
like it's because he's been through the struggle.
Yeah,
So-
it definitely has. I can't say I can really level with this guy. I don't think my struggle has been that deep, but I
Fuck no.
definitely like it how he portrays it in his artwork. That's awesome. Yeah, just the world building that we kind of talked about earlier is like devils are born of the human fears in this world. I mean, and it takes place in 1997.
So you had mentioned you had mentioned the 2008 film, the Korean film The Chaser, as one of his inspirations, and I looked it up on Google. It says it made $35 million, and it got a 7.8 on IMDb. But
Really?
I want to read the little what it says it's about real
The
quick.
little
Oh,
caption.
let's hear it. Let's hear it.
It says, a Korean tale about a disgraced police detective turned pimp who becomes involved in a breathless race against time to catch a psychopathic serial killer after one of his girls goes missing. He has just 12 hours to find evidence against the killer before the bureaucratic police department are forced to release him and continue his reign of terror.
Jesus Christ.
It's an ex-cop turned pimp, bro. I need to watch this.
So basically, they
mean-
had the serial killer in holding, and they're like, all right,
you need
now
more evidence. Or
12 hours,
Yeah,
and we're
let
letting him
go.
go.
Yeah,
Oh, my
yeah.
fucking God. How stressful.
Got a good rating, so I mean, yeah.
I might have to check it out. What'd you say it was called again? The Race?
The Taker? The Chaser, sorry.
The Chaser.
The Chaser, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that sounds really interesting. I can kind of see how that relates somewhat. Not 100%, but I guess I'd have to watch the movie.
I have a feeling if we watch it's going to be dark and gritty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
It would
blood.
definitely set the tone for this whole show. I could see that because, like I said, this show was very, very dark and gritty. And the thing about the manga is I won't get into too much detail here. Is if you read on past where the show is at now, it's kind of like Junji Ito in the aspect where it's just like there's not a lot of happy endings waiting.
No.
Yeah.
And the main thing, I've told people about this show that haven't really gotten into it or gotten invested into it is don't get attached to the characters. Don't get attached to any character.
First thing you told me.
That was the best advice. I got over to Mason's house. I think I was like 5 episodes in, and I had taken like a week break from watching it. I got over to Mason's house. He was finishing up, and he said, "Don't get invested into any of the characters."
I'm sure the conversation started with like, man, I like X, Y, and Z. And I was like, "No, just don't get attached to anybody.
just don't.
Just don't.
Yeah.
This boy's drive. The thing that makes this anime funny. We've got the blood. We've got the gore. But what makes it funny, I think, is just his lust for boobies.
I was gonna say, I wanted to bring that up.
I was getting to that.
So to be completely honest, like I think it's funny, but I feel like that's one of the reasons why it's like so pop right now, and it's like such a big thing, and people are all like losing their mind over it. Like, oh man, look at this main character; he's dumb and just wants boobies. Like, I don't know. It's the only reason he's like that is because that motherfucker drew up in a trash can.
yeah, he's literally
He's not like a pervert or anything.
he's
Like,
literally been like so deprived his whole fucking life of everything.
Everything, yeah. What his like favorite sandwich is like bread with like syrup or like bread with like sugar or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
on it. Like that's his favorite meal. Or
Like
something.
my biggest struggle when I was 15 was I just wanted to have sex like
yeah.
all the time. Like I didn't need to worry about eating food or like basic survival needs or anything like that. This guy is just like, I hope I get toast with jam today.
Yeah, toast with jam. Yeah.
Like that's all I really want and need. Like I just need a little bit of food to survive. Meanwhile, I'm just like emptying out my whole fridge high as fuck. Like time to play RuneScape.
I think the fact that he moves the bar farther after he gets the, I think, what is it? Is it Kiss a Girl? It starts with Kiss a Girl and then it moves to.
I thought it started with he wanted to touch Power's boobs and then
Yeah,
he wanted to kiss Makima, but then
So-
he got. Oh, go ahead.
The way it goes is Power literally tells him if she saves his cat, he can touch her boobs.
Yes.
So, we go through the episodes, the fights break out, stuff happens. He fights the Bat Devil, he saves Power, he fights the other devil. Aki shows up and he saves the day. He does the cool Golden Wolf thing.
Yeah.
You get to see the Wolf Devil, all is well. They end up becoming roommates, and then he gets to touch Power's boobs. And literally, it's like a 5. I love how they did it in the show, where it's like so intense, and he's just like feeling them, and she's like, "You get 3 squeezes," and literally he does the first one, and he kind of takes it in,
Yeah.
and then he does the second one, and he feels them a little bit more, and then he does the third one, and she's like, "Oh, keep squeezing," and then she's like, "All right, that's it."
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's so like they set the tone so serious. That's where the comedy aspect comes
Oh,
in.
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's
funny.
fucking hilarious. And then it kind of moves on from there. Then what were you saying before that
No, I thought I know the next sexual thing was he got the kiss that was ruined, right?
his
first kiss that was ruined?
Yeah.
Well, because
So-
before that, and then Makima gave him the sucker, and
No.
it wasn't really like
Yeah.
a sexual thing, but like,
Well, it escalates. Okay, I'm glad you said that because it escalates that, the next big introduction is, Shinji meets with Makima, and she literally tells him, like, if you hunt down and kill the gun devil, I'll let you do whatever the fuck you want to me. To which he happily obliges. It's just
because
like,
the
yeah.
minute he saw her, he was like head over heels about her.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, and he was in love with her. He's just like, she's so beautiful, this, that, X, Y, and Z. So he makes it his goal to kill the gun devil and hunt down the gun devil with his predecessor or his colleagues, which is Aki and Power. And then we go into the next few episodes, which is it's not really an arc, but I'd say like the hotel
Yeah.
saga. They go
Mhm.
to the hotel to find a piece of the gun devil. We've got Aki, we've got Power, we've got Denji,
And the 2 other ones.
Himino, and then we've got 2 other people. I forget their names off the top of my head.
Crybaby and Bipolar.
Yeah, we've got Crybaby Chick. I
I don't know. Did they ever show
Kobe
her?
Nee, that's her name.
Did they ever show
Kobe
her
Nee-
power?
She doesn't have a power.
I thought they all had a power.
So
Well-
the fun fact about her, she is just a devil hunter because
She's broke.
that's all she could. I want to say it's because that's just like all she could do, basically. Like that's all her parents were just like, go be a devil hunter or something like that. I can't fully remember right now. The listeners are gonna chastise me.
They're
for
already
that, but-
screaming at you. I hear it in my
Yeah,
headphones.
yeah. That one guy that messaged you that was saying we spit a bunch of wrong facts. He's just like, nope, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. We're going to get those emails.
Basically, in a nutshell, she became a devil hunter because it's convenient. It was for money.
Money. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, they go to the hotel. They get trapped in the hotel. They literally get trapped on one floor, and then they end up finding, I forget what devil it is, but they basically end up killing a devil there, and then
Isn't it like time or something weird like that?
I can't fully remember right
Because
now.
they were like perpetually stuck in time.
yeah.
They were stuck at
Yeah.
it like 8:13 or something.
It was something
Did
like
not
that, I don't know.
move.
Yeah.
And they were going nuts.
Basically, Denji had to like full on go chainsaw man mode, and it was badass too.
Went
'cause
berserk mode.
Yeah, he went berserk mode because he just like dived into this elevator shaft and just went fucking ham and just like literally, when he was losing power, he would drink blood from the devil and he'd regain his power and just massacred it to the point where he got to the root of it and killed it, and they got out.
It took 3 hours.
I think it was called Infinity, wasn't it? It was
Something like
Infinity.
that,
Yeah.
yeah. The Infinity Devil, maybe.
Mhm.
And then Himeno, who was a part of the group, which is Aki's best friend, gets introduced.
It's like his mentor too, right?
Kinda, yeah, yeah.
She's like there when he first gets there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's when the whole cigarette and everything starts.
Yeah, yeah. So she gets introduced, and then they go out to dinner. They all get like blackout fucking drunk, basically, or the adults do, because Denji's like 15, 16,
Yeah.
and they're all adults. Then he gets his first kiss, and she throws up in his fucking mouth.
We're going to spoil that for anybody who's listening. I don't give a fuck. It's hilarious.
It is hilarious. Yeah.
And like it was funny that you said that because there's an anime group I'm on Facebook, and like in the actual anime, like they blur it out, but somebody actually went back and like drew it.
yeah,
Like, oh, I'm scarred forever now.
yeah, we see it in the manga, but
Oh, nice. Okay.
yeah, it's pretty disgusting. It's pretty, and I saw that. I read that before I saw the episode. I'm like, oh, I know what's coming.
Yeah.
And then,
He's
it was funny too.
He's like traumatized like after that.
Oh,
too.
he's scarred for
Well,
life.
what's funny about it
Yeah.
too is like because Makima shows up and Himeno is just like, "I'll go toe to toe with you in beers," and Makima's like, "I'll drink you under the fucking table.
Yeah.
Like, don't fuck with me." And then they go back and forth, and then said thing happens, and then and then basically Denji ends up going home with Himeno, and I saw the most disappointing thing ever. Like, if I was Denji in this situation, like he had every opportunity to clap them cheeks.
Yep.
But he was in love, man. He was in love.
He was in love, and
He's in love. He's dumb. He's 16 and in love.
yeah,
He surprised everybody.
yeah, and he
I'm gonna sleep on the floor.
and basically like it. He almost fucked, but he didn't, and then he pulled a sucker out of his pocket, and she took it, and they kind of laughed it off, and then he left, and Makima he talked to Makima. It's just like, my first kiss ever is I'm only gonna think of like my mouth being thrown up in.
yeah.
Like that's the
Ugh.
only thing I'm gonna be able to relate it to.
From
And then-
every kiss from now on.
yeah, and then Makima just fucking makes out with him, and he's just like, oh, okay.
Has that ever happened to either one of you?
No.
Not that I remember now.
I did hear about a guy that we know that got like he was getting his dick sucked and it got thrown up on.
I've had that happen to me. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm proud of
I'm
you.
sorry.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Tyler.
It's
I'm
a
proud
good,
of
that's
you,
a good thing. That's a good thing. I think.
Well, no, but before we move on from it, one of my favorite things that Denji has said so far in the anime is right after he pretty much told drunk girl that he didn't want none of her vomit mouth. He was like, "I'm sorry, Puchita. I'm sure you wanted to get laid."
Yeah, he did. You're right.
Yeah.
He 100% did.
I'm sorry, man,
Just like you would have felt it too. Like,
Yeah.
you're my heart.
because they're one now. So
Yeah, that they are.
How do you feel about the animation for it?
The show itself, like I
Yeah.
said, it's top
Mappa.
tier. It's made by Mappa.
Mappa.
So, like, I've always been an anti CGI fan.
CGI isn't over the top.
If that's what I was gonna say.
Mappa
It's
CGI.
like good. It's good. It makes you feel like you're.
It knows its
watching-
limits.
Exactly.
It knows its limits.
Exactly.
It does just as much as it needs to. Sometimes it's a little, it's not like the new Dragon Ball Z movie CGI where there's just a lot of it in certain
yeah.
areas. I've even seen stills from the new Trigun show or movie
And?
or whatever the hell it
And
is.
It
It's
seems
just
like a
too
lot of
much.
CGI from what I've seen. I've seen
It's
clips.
100% too much.
so I'm gonna need all animators that listen to this show, which is probably like one. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and not do what anybody else is fucking doing and follow Chainsaw Man. They have the right feel to it. I didn't feel like I was being submersed in CGI to the point where I was like, am I watching anime or am I watching some dude on a computer?
Well, good CGI is not something that like when you see it, you think CGI. It's supposed to just like add to the everything.
When it's an action scene, it's like spice on my food, dude. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's beautiful and it's exactly where it belongs.
Yeah, and they definitely know how to use it when it comes to the action scenes. Like, I really was not bothered by it at all watching this show. I honestly think, and this probably translates to most animes, that the animation itself intensified, my previous viewing of the manga. Like, it brought things to life that I wanted to see, in a better form. Like, because, when you're reading it in the manga, you're just getting, like, stills of just, like, things happening.
You're getting, like, little hits of dopamine.
Yeah, basically. And it's just, like,
Each
you get
panel.
the sound effects, like, that are, like, scripted out and stuff like that. But actually seeing, like, a lot of the action scenes that happen in the show was fucking awesome. Like, there's no other way to put it. I'm just like, all right, that's amazing. It's great.
Definitely props to Mappa.
Yeah, and
definitely. Huge props to
I
Mappa.
totally understand now that Jinju Ito is out. It definitely brings a light to a lot of his stories. So I totally understand that feeling of it being like, yeah, I see you on pages, but now you're like actually moving. That's crazy.
Yeah, it makes it a little more cohesive, I
Mhm.
think. And I respect that. Some mangas that get translated into anime, it just doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't feel the same to me. The
least.
Devil Squad. We're just gonna call them the Devil Squad trio. They progress. They're going on missions. They're doing stuff like that. We get further into the Gun Devil plot itself. We get other devil hunters that get introduced into the show. We get Sword Face guy.
Katana man.
Katana man.
Katana man.
Who has ties to the mafia. His grandfather that got slayed by the zombie devil has, callbacks to Shinji. And, they're just at a diner one day.
Okay, I want to say I'm sorry. You've said it twice. You keep saying Shinji.
Oh, sorry. Dingy.
No, it's okay. I just...
Dingy.
Go back.
Sorry. I don't know. Evangelion is just, like, rooted in... I'm staring at the Ray.
That's what it is.
Ah,
damn,
tits.
damn you, Ray.
Yeah, Shinji's mom. I don't know.
How dare you be looking so delicious like that in the corner, you MILF?
Well, why did I buy you?
Youngest MILF I've ever seen.
Jesus Christ. Denji, this assassin shows up in a cafe where Denji's eating ramen, and the guy's just talking shit the whole time. And I think it's funny. It's just like, ramen, this ramen's fucking shit. And Denji's like, are you kidding me? This is the greatest thing I've ever eaten in my life. It's like, well, Denji, everything you've eaten is the greatest thing in your life. Because you're not used to eating food all the time.
Yeah. And then Power's in there like, let's go, bitch.
Yeah.
You want to go?
So then they duke it out. They have like a whole other, arsenal of devil hunters that show up. And then we get the very sad arc that occurs with Himeno. Bad things happen. I won't elaborate on too much for the listeners' sake. For those of you that haven't watched the show,
I think you should reiterate the advice you gave us before we watched it again one more time.
Yeah.
do not get attached to any character in this fucking show.
Yeah.
Mason.
Okay. So anyway, I won't go into too many more progression arcs of the show because I feel like it's hard for me personally to talk about it without going into too much detail and spoiling things. I do want to take a minute to talk about some of our favorite scenes from the show. Tyler kind of mentioned one earlier.
Yeah.
I personally have one, and it's going to contradict what I just said.
As we do here.
As we typically do. It's okay, as long as we admit it. Just seeing Makima's powers for the first time.
She was at the temple.
Oh my god.
At the temple.
Yeah, it was sick.
That really, for me,
Made me scared.
not only that, but it really opened up for me what's a good way to put it? Just the limit that some of the powers in this show that people have.
They're not just like melee weapons. Yeah,
It goes beyond that.
Yeah.
It's literally like almost in a metaphysical standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I can kill you with
Not even being there.
with
All I have to do is think about you.
All I have to do is say your name. And you're
Yeah.
fucking dead. Like that shit was
Fucking light Yagami looking ass over there.
Yeah, amen to
basically,
that.
yeah,
Life for
basically.
a life. It's so scary.
a little more
dude.
escalated than that because she literally was saying people's names and they just fucking exploded.
It was
Like,
beautiful.
that was just
It was beautiful. That
Over
whole
the top
scene
for
was
me.
so beautiful.
That was, yeah, I liked it. Like the little henchmen when they, like, after the second dude blew up, you see, like, the fear, like, in their eyes. It's
Oh,
fucking
fuck, what's going on?
Yeah.
I know it feels so good. Y'all, you'll be fine. Get in the van.
yeah. They had no idea what was coming to them either.
Yeah,
Like,
such-
it was completely unsolicited. Like it just happens out of fucking nowhere. Like nobody even knew like that ability was even possible, type of thing.
So I think I've got two favorite parts, but they're not like incredibly important. I mean, one of them is, but the other one isn't. And we've already said one of them with the training session. I think with the glasses, I think that's a hilarious point in the anime that like just shows like goes to show you like who they're fucking with and like what they have and like the options that they have as arsenals. Like
Dude.
powers like blood spikes was so genius, but so like forwarded. It was not even funny.
I think like all of the scenes where it's dingy and power, it's like so lighthearted but so epic at the
Oh,
same
it so
time.
is.
You know,
It's
because
so
they're both
is.
fucking dumb. Let's be
They are
honest
really
here.
like a dynamic duo. Like,
dynamic.
as much
duo
as they
of
try to
dumb.
like push themselves away from each other, they belong together.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's like
like
yin and
100%.
yang.
Yes.
And then my second favorite part would have to be the Infinity Zombie when he's going full berserk mode in the tunnel, slashing away at this demon, eating his blood just to keep going. Like, I'll keep cutting as long as you keep bleeding.
Yeah, but didn't they say that it was like a week or something?
It took. I thought it
was
was a couple
like-
hours.
Yeah, it was like hours. I want to
They
say.
were like, yeah,
Oh.
it's been like 3 or 4 hours, and they were still in the tunnel.
Oh, maybe it was
Yeah.
just total. They were there for that
yeah,
long.
they were there for a few days. I want to say.
I know it was a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. It was literally like 8 o'clock or something like that. And it wouldn't move from that time, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
We're stuck.
Yeah, I like at the
Yeah.
very end, like right before that scene, right before he kills that demon, the guy's just like, "Please, just kill me."
Yeah,
Like I'm in too much pain to deal with
I'm
this.
too hungry. Like, we're checking all the boxes of me checking out here.
Like, just do it, please.
Yeah, I can't take this anymore.
I haven't really thought about a favorite scene, but the first one that came to my mind, it's kind of odd. It's not really like action packed or anything crazy, but I don't fully know how to describe it. When Aki was fighting the snake chick, and the snake chick had taken the one-eyed girl's devil,
Oh yes,
and then she brought the devil back out to fight Aki,
Mm-hmm.
The ghost.
and then Aki gave his cigarette to her.
Mm-hmm.
And like just like the whole like understanding what that scene meant was like really cool to me, because it's like that ghost, it's like power, it only works if you're afraid of it. And
Yeah.
he knows that was his mentor slash best friend's like curse, basically. Like, so he's not afraid of it. And it was just,
Yeah,
she just let
And
him come up and then just kill her. Like, I don't know, it was
and
really
it,
cool.
it completely surrendered to him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was awesome.
It literally did. Like it literally was. He just accepted the fact. He was just like, I'm not scared of this. Like you said, and he literally just like didn't do shit when he walked up to it, and then he fucking killed it.
Yep.
Yeah, and then the snake chick was just like, I don't know what the fuck to do now.
Yeah, she was like, "What the fuck just happened?" And that was like the whole like relationship between Aki and the other chick and everything. I don't know. It was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah.
It made it full circle for me. Oh, and then
Yeah.
actually, I'm gonna pick a second one as an honorable mention is when they're kicking dude in the nuts for her.
Oh yeah,
I'll pick that one too.
Like Katana, man, just getting.
She's just up there in heaven, like,
yeah.
it's my boys.
That's right. Kill that motherfucker.
See,
Make him suffer.
Yeah.
Denji is very much like Naruto and Goku, and they have names for their special moves. And Denji's special moves is a swift kick to the nuts.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like wasn't one of the first times he's fighting. He's like, "I'm gonna kick you in the nuts." And
I'm
the
gonna
guy's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Kick
and the
you
guy's
in
like, "Yeah, okay, whatever," and like he straight up just kicks him in the nuts
Yeah.
immediately.
I'm pretty sure it was Aki.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. It was the stance of I'm not gonna accept you until you beat me,
I'm
and
gonna
he.
kick you in the balls,
I'm
then,
gonna
bro.
kick you
literally,
square in the
literally.
dick,
I'm just gonna
dude.
kick you in the fucking dick then. And they it's just like, you motherfucker.
So with that being said, the anime's got a great story. It's got a great artist. It's got a great anime. It's got a great manga. It's got love interest. It's got comedy.
It kind of leads me to what I want to ask you guys next.
Has changed. I want to say it's got to be in my top 10 now, man. It's got to be up there. It's fantastic.
It's definitely set the bar for me as far as what I want to see in shows that I watch in the future. Like it's like I said before, like, and I keep saying this, it checks all the boxes as far as what I want to see. Like as far as gore, comedy, like all the things you just listed, like I'm here for it. Like I want to see more. I want to see more progression in the show itself. It's kind of open-ended in a certain way, but what are your predictions for the anime itself with what you've seen? What do you think is going to happen next?
Oh.
I caught you off guard, and that's what I was expecting.
You did.
Because I know what happens.
You do.
Is it over? Is it over? I have to ask before, like, off air. Is this over? Is the anime over? Like
No.
the manga?
No,
they haven't published-
it's ongoing.
What book are they at?
I don't know. They're like at 120 chapters.
How far are we into the chapters right now?
Not very, from what I understand.
You're about like halfway there. There's so much more to be seen.
Okay, I got
You
it.
haven't seen. Let me just say you haven't seen shit yet. Like, if you think
Didn't we just see the Gun Devil in the anime? I've seen
No.
I've seen it in the manga. I know what it looks like, but
you haven't seen the Gun Devil in the anime yet.
okay.
You haven't even seen like
No,
it's.
you saw a piece of him. You saw a bullet.
Okay.
There's a
I must
couple-
be
there-
thinking of when it was in the manga. Then.
There's a couple bullets that they have that some of them wear around the neck, waiting for it to pull to show.
No,
where
I
he's
get it.
at.
Yeah. I'll just,
Because I'm just letting you and the listeners out there know that if you don't read the manga and you're waiting for the anime to show up, I guarantee you by the end of next season you are going to be completely mind fucked with what happens. I guarantee you. Because as I said before, the show is not a fan of happy endings. This show is a fan of kicking people while they are down.
one might say in the dick.
In the dick. Straight up kicking you in the dick. And it stands by that.
What a superhero power! Just run around and give a boot to a dick.
Can't we all be superheroes then?
We can't be. It's just all about timing.
What if you could just like walk up to somebody and be like, and then they just get kicked in the dick, like just like a ghost boot.
It's a
comes
phantom.
out.
What are you
Phantom
gonna do
blade.
against it? What are you gonna do against it? You gonna run? No, you gonna put your hands over it? It's gonna go through it. It's got one target.
It's like that Ace Attorney video, boot to the head.
Boot to the head. Fucking miss boot to the head, man.
And you get a boot to the head.
So if I had any kind of predictions, I would say this anime is probably gonna run for 5 seasons. I'm gonna guess 5 seasons right now. He's gonna pop a boner at some point. He's gonna get it in, and I'm so proud of him. It hasn't even happened yet. It might have happened. I don't know. I haven't read the manga, but he's gonna get it in. I'm gonna say around season 4. Season 4, he's gonna get it in, and then he's gonna save the world.
For sure.
I don't know. Go team.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna go the opposite way and say he's gonna go rogue and kill Makima and then become on the devil's side.
Oh, you think Punchita's gonna like take over his heart?
I'm just trying to think of ways I could be mind fucked.
I'm just gonna say one of you is wrong.
It's definitely Mason.
One of you is definitely.
He pops a bone, bro. There's no way.
One of you is wrong. One of you is on the right track.
See,
I'll
look,
say that
I am.
much.
It's me.
Does it still count if she's dead? Then he pops a bone.
Whoa, whoa!
Now, all right, we got to stop this now.
Oh man, yeah. One of you is definitely on the right track. One of you, maybe, I don't know, hasn't gotten that far. We'll see what happens.
He's definitely talking about Mason then. There's only 2 answers
Well,
here.
okay,
and
so
I'm making
even-
cross-examinations of what you're saying.
Okay, even if you've never even seen the anime and you just listened to this episode, everything we've talked about so far from like the author and his upbringing and the whole like everything about the show, it's like Riley said, it's not a happy ending. It's
He
not
gets
fun
rich.
times.
Dingy gets
So,
rich. He
I'm trying to
pops a
think of-
bone,
I'm
he
tr-
lives happily ever after. That's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to think of the exact opposite. Denji goes evil and kills everyone. Like,
I would
that's
just-
my guess.
I would just It's not like I just tell you this shit for no reason. Like,
Yeah.
The man did write a whole entire manga about a child being fed upon for an eternity. So, like,
Yeah, man.
where are we going with this?
yeah, how sad can we really get here? I mean, come on.
Say, regardless, I'm here for it, and I'll be there watching it when it comes out.
Amen
Absolutely.
to
That's,
that.
I would expect the next person to do so as well. With that all being said, we've talked about a lot today. We've talked about mainly Chainsaw Man. Although our stories and facts and things we love about it have been scattered and out of order, we appreciate the fact that you are listening and that you're here for it. Keep in mind that the things that we say in this show are not 100% factual, but are of our own interpretation of the material that we've studied and watched.
Like I've said before, if you want to know exactly what happens in canonical order and all the other shit, just watch it.
Just watch it.
Just watch it.
Watch
Just
it
read
and then
It's a
reiterate
show-
all the facts without any personal opinions involved, and tell me how fun that is.
That's
This
right.
show, it's like our other shows. This show is about personal opinions. Like, yeah, and Mom, we draw, our personal opinions about the stories, and Morning Cup of Chaos, it's like our personal point of view from the story that we're hearing. So, like, that's the point of the show. Sorry if you don't think that.
I'm not sorry.
I'm
no,
not sorry.
I
either.
wasn't like, I was being sarcastic, all right?
Okay.
Jesus fuck.
And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and sign off here. I am your humble host, Riley Wallen.
I am your fearless leader, Tyler Campbell.
And as always, it's your boy Mason.
Be sure to check us out on all of your preferred podcast streaming platforms such as Spotify, RSS, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast.
Pretty much anywhere you guys get your podcast.
Podcast. Download the app podcast.
Just podcast it, bro.
Podcast.com/podcast.
So go ahead and follow us on Meta Misfortune Podcast on Instagram. Our Facebook is Meta Misfortune. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and email us at metamisfortune@gmail.com.
We're doing more with the Patreon now too, so check that out.
That's right. Be expecting monthly Patreon episodes as we are bringing them to you. We would like to thank our new patrons that have donated to our channel. We have some episode coming up with them in the future.
If you guys that are on the Patreon would like us to shout you out in the episodes, feel free to just send us an email and we can do that. We know some people don't want their information or name said, and that's totally fine. But if you do, just let us know. We'll be up to that.
So for our $1 tier, you can check out our bonus content, and you're pretty much just donating to the show, helping us out. $15, I believe you get our video content and our audio content.
And Dylan and I have a lot in the works for YouTube coming up next month.
Yes, sir.
Yes, they do.
Our $25 content box, I think, comes with stuff. I'm going to have to check with our guy about that. Comes with our content box of our merch, the video and audio, any kind of general questions, shout outs, anything like that. And our $50 box, you get to choose the topic that we talk about, and we have you on the show to talk about it with, because, we love to meet our fans. And it's awesome that you guys have been donating. Ella, I want to give you a giant shout out for being our first $50 subscriber to our Patreon. Thank you so much. You're fucking awesome.
With that being said, I am your humble host, Riley Wallen.
I'm your fearless leader, Tyler Campbell.
And it's your boy Mason.
Be sure to always listen to Mom and
Stay misfortunate.
And we're out.
we're out.
And we're out. That's
we're
my
out.
job. Why do you guys
We're
take my
out.
job every
You're too
week?
busy coughing to log out.
Yeah. Can you pass that?
Dude, yeah, here you go, man. Mason, you want to handle this? Dude, I want this as like an outro for a news update. Keep the fucking beat going.
That's when the beat goes.
There you go.